Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining me. My name is John Kayode Abusi, and my job sit at the intersection of product security and software engineering. And within that scope of my job and my career, I do multi-cloud. And my multi-cloud is security focused. And this time around, I'm building out another cloud security environment, specifically for Microsoft Azure platform. Microsoft Azure platform. Now, in this particular series, I have been able to break things into two. One is Microsoft Security Cloud, and the other one is Azure Platform Security. The reason why I do this is to help us identify things at the end of the day. Because my experience have shown there's some toolings that maybe they are outside of Azure platform, while some do cross-function. But just to make things easier, I just want to put it side by side. So moving forward is that let's look at what Microsoft Security Cloud is all about, at least according to my definition. So within that particular space, I have identified 7 services or tools, whatever you want to call it. Now, within this service, the first guy on the list is Microsoft Entra. That is the Entra ID. Now, Microsoft Entra is a flagship identity and access management tool within Microsoft ecosystem. It works within Microsoft ecosystem and even Azure ecosystem. Now, what does that do? It allows you to do ID governance, to do some privilege account management, and do secure access and stuff like that. Then I move to the second service, which is Microsoft Defender. This guy is like a beast. Like it's everywhere within Microsoft system. So now it allows you to, it's a cloud native threat protection platform. Now it does what I call extended detection and response, XDR that we all know. So it can defend your cloud, apps, defend your Microsoft Office app, defend even endpoint, defend all sorts of things. So it's a very big guy within the ecosystem. Then when I move to the Sentinel, Sentinel is your guy when it comes to SIEM within Microsoft ecosystem. So it does a security, incident and event management, and data connection, ML analytics of your event, of your incident, to make some predictive, help you in threat modeling, threat hunting, helps you in analysis, incident analysis, and writing some playbooks. That is the third tool within that ecosystem. The fourth one is Microsoft Purview. Now, Microsoft Purview might not be a mainstream for maybe some people, but it's becoming very dominant, especially within Microsoft ecosystem. Now, what does that do? Data security, governance, and compliance. Then when you talk about your DLP, you talk about insight risk, you talk about labeling, e-discovery, compliance management, all these things, even DSP, this good tool can help you to achieve that. Then the fifth one is Intune. Now, Intune is your long time what? MDM. That is, let me say, EDR, like endpoint management system. It's a unified one. It allows to manage your mobile devices, your PCs, your Mac PC endpoints and stuff like that. So that is what Intune does. Either is a Windows operating system or Linux operating system. It allows you to do that. Then the sixth one is Priva or Priva, whatever you want to call it, is privacy risk management. When it comes to privacy assessment, it comes to consent management, comes to scanning right of particular documents, resources. Priva is the tool within the Microsoft ecosystem. Then the seventh one is Security Pilot. It's an AI powered security assistant that is embedded in most of Microsoft's tools now, that allows you to do allow you to do AI stuff, like you want to ask questions within a particular tooling, you want it to help you to do some threat hunting, you want it to help you to maybe do some troubleshooting. This guy is there for you. So that is that for the Microsoft Security Cloud. But for the Azure part, then let's get to that. So for the Azure part, I want you to see why you will not see why I break this or broke this into two. So the Azure Platform Security, it's something I classified under three layers. One layer is perimeter and segmentation security. The other one is connecting and routing. And the third one is infrastructure hardening. Now, within these three layers are what I call some services. Number one is Azure Firewall and Firewall Manager. Now, if you look at that, it could be under, would that be under connectivity or segmentation or hardening? Maybe, I don't know. But what Azure Firewall helps you to do is to do filtering, network application, filtering of bad, signatures out. It allows you to do threat intelligence, It allows you to do some, like I said, filtering generally. Then it allows you to do IDP, like intrusion detection and prevention systems. These are the things you can achieve with your Azure Firewall and Firewall Manager. Then the next class of this tooling is Azure WAF and Azure DDoS protection. Now, WAF, like we know, is a layer 7 protection appliance for public web apps that kind of use OWASP 10 to block out maybe bot or any threat actors or threat connections. So it allows that. So the custom rules, you can do like limiting, rate limiting. You can do geofiltering with Azure Web Firewall. Then when it comes to the DDoS, like volumetry attack, that is, that we call DDoS denial of service, this allows you to do that. So it gives you this kind of lesson or this kind of video give you a brief overview of what services, you can explore when you need a particular functionality or capability. So I move to network security group. Now here is where you do source destination IP, security, you do tagging, you do authenticated services rules, you do how, traffic are flow within, segment and stuff like that. So, these are the things you achieve with what we call network security. Network security groups are the foundational traffic segmentation. So you can see this one is under segmentation. Mechanism in Azure, VNet, applying priority ordered bound and outbound rules at the subnet or NIC level. That is your network card level. So these are the things you achieve with network security group and application security group. Then we have Azure Bastion and Azure VPN. Now, what does this do? Azure Bastion removes the need for jump server or VM public IP by delivering RDP and SSH directly through the Azure portal browser. So, back in the days, we know what Bastion is. It's like having you a boss, a kind of more secure boss that when you have access to, then you can have access to the other side. But now that is not the same because that has some security issue. Now, what Azure is doing is that if you have access, to that particular service that is directly within the Azure portal, then you can have RDP, remote desktop protocol or SSH to other services. So if you want to have like remote connection to services via a secure solution, then Azure Bastion is your go-to guy. And the VPN as well. We know what VPN is. It allows you to, to kind of control and secure connection to other. So it's a gateway that allows secure connection to the other side. So then the Azure Private Link, Azure Front Door. So Azure Private Link enables private direct connectivity to Azure Power Services by creating an endpoint with a private IP address inside your VNet. Traffic never traverse the public internet. That is the essence. So this is more or less like a kind of internal endpoint that it allows you to connect to some platform as service, without necessarily traversing the public internet. So this allows your traffic to route within the Azure Azure internal network. So these are the things that you benefit when you use Azure Private Link and Azure Front Door. Some of them, like the front door, is a global anycast, level 7, layer 7 load balancing. So intelligent enough to tell you, okay, this particular, this is how I would distribute load, this is how I would do some other things, test and make sure the head of the workload is fine and good. So this is what you achieve with that. And the last one is Azure Key Vault and Manage HSM. HSM is a hardware security module. It's a kind of military grade security module where you can store sensitive information like password and strings that are very password. I mean, that are very, let me see, very sensitive, and in a very secure way, and it can be a central way of doing that. And it's kind of a FIPA 140-2 level compliant for some highly important information. So Azure Key Vault provides a centralized Aruba control repository for all cryptographic materials used by application and infrastructure. So it's a cryptographic module that allows to keep sensitive information that may be encrypted or secure your systems. So this is like the this is like the summary of what you get within Microsoft security ecosystem. Either it's serving the Microsoft, need, or this is something that you have to use within the Azure platform. So this is it. And what I will be doing next is that I'll be bringing, maybe one or two of these services together in a video, just do a little, overview, run around and look at what it is, presently. And I believe that will help us, and